Now, Oliver, I always enjoy the scenes set in the Burrow, both when I'm reading the books and watching the films. Such a kind of warm and safe place to spend time. But just wondered if you could tell me a bit about how things have changed at the Burrow by Deathly Hallows Part 1.
Well, they've decided to. We see Bill Weasley come into it, who's the older brother who works with dragons and everyone else. So he's actually coming back to get married, really. And there's a really cool sequence all around the Burrows. But before that, you see it as it's always been the safe house, as it were. But again, you see them. It's not as safe as you'd like to think it would be.
And James, how do Fred and George feel about being separated from Ron? Obviously, they're with him at the beginning, and then he has to go off with Harry, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think they could. Well, I think that the Weasleys in general are aware that they'll do anything to win this fight. They don't have to fight it all together. So Harry and Ron's his best friend, so he's going to stick with him, and they know that he's been trained well enough to stick up for him. And Fred and George they're older, so a lot of the fight sequences they're always involved with Mr. Weasley, with who else they're fighting with?
No, well, they're always involved with Shacklebolt, who is a very trained wizard. The same with Lupin as well. He goes off and does his own and gets involved as well. So you see them taking on more of the stuff to fight the older Death Eaters.
And James, Julie Walters must be, as Molly Weasley, must be one of the best screen mums ever, I think.
Yeah.
I just wondered what you can tell us about working with her for the last time on Deathly Hallows.
Yeah, we've learned so much over the last 10 years of working with Julie, and she is as nice as you'd expect her to be and more. I can't speak highly enough of her. But I can remember we had to do one certain scene in part 2, which was quite emotional, and to have Julie like you can tell why you can't typecast Julie anyway, but you can see how wide-ranging she is, because we're literally on set and it's all really fun and having a good time. Then they roll action, and it's completely different. And we found ourselves ended up with tears in our eyes about how good it was. So yeah, I can't speak highly enough of her.
And Oliver, David Yates has directed obviously the last 4 Harry Potter films.
Yeah.
Why was that continuity so important for cast, crew, and the story, I guess?
I think it's just David knows exactly what he wants, and obviously the producers and everyone agree totally with him on that. And he really gets you to think about, when you're filming, if you're doing a certain sequence with your character, he'll try and get you to think of a time when you may have felt the same type of feeling in your own life, and try and reflect that in your performance. So it definitely makes the whole thing a lot more real, which is a totally different way of acting than I've thought of. But yeah, it's a very beneficial one to know.
And I think he's made them all very distinct films. They don't just feel like a series that's carrying on, but they've all got their own flavours, haven't they?
Yeah, definitely.
Which is wonderful. And James, Michelle Obama and Oasis have visited previous Harry Potter sets. I just wondered if you could tell us about who the esteemed guests were this time around.
I don't know. There's so many that come. It's not unusual just to see some really big celebrities walking past, and really intrigued in seeing everything. I'm trying to think who was there this time. I can't remember. There's just been so many to go past. I can remember when Liam Gallagher came. Matt Lewis, who plays now, was a huge Oasis fan, and he wasn't there. So we met him, told him who we met, and he was quite envious of that one.
But even that was weird, because the first album we got was Story Morning Glory when we were young. So to meet him, and he was just like, "So you having a good day?" And he was there with his son. I thought he was just going to say, "Yeah, it's all right," But he was like, "I like the train," and he's pointing over at the big Hogwarts Express and everything. And it was wicked seeing him actually walk with that, that proper walk he's got. So stuff like that was quite unique.
Because it's become quite normal to you guys, but I mean, I've been on the set, and just the Great Hall is amazing, isn't it? Just the size.
Yeah, I think we take it. I can remember the first time I walked on there, it was literally mouth open, wow, this is cool. And then after 10 years, it kind of loses effect on you. But when we're in there for the last time, actually, it was all really done out and pretty special. And I can remember looking at it thinking, that kind of hit home that this is really something special we've been a part of. So.
And as your publicity duties come to a close, obviously you've got a premiere next year as well on Deathly Hallows. What does the immediate future hold for you both, Oliver first?
The immediate future, bit of golf, I think. try and get into single figure handicap. But on a professional level, there's some ideas. Well, hopefully, will come into effect in the new year, which we're still in early stages at the moment. So we're 3 or 4 months off that yet. But hopefully that'll all come good.
Because you've done some running work on other feature films.
James,
is that right?
James,
oh, that was
did
James.
actually,
yeah. Yeah, no, I wouldn't go down the running route for a while.
No.
I don't think. I had a great time doing it, but I don't really like getting up at 5 a.m. every morning and doing that kind. I like being spoiled like an actor is. So, but like Oliver said, the immediate future is all publicity and everything. But I mean, we've got a couple of things come through for the new year, so fingers crossed they could transpire into something pretty cool.
Fantastic. Thanks, James Phelps and Oliver Phelps. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.